Hey, we are Malin and Stefan. Today we want to show you Siau, the volcanic paradise island of Indonesia. A place you've probably never heard about. The small green island is home to an active volcano, amazing people, beautiful nature reserves, and one of the smallest primate species on Earth.
Ladies and gentlemen,
In order to reach Siau Island, you first have to get to Manado, which is a bigger city located in the north of Sulawesi. In our case, we took a plane from Jakarta to Manado, and to our surprise, it was the Pokemon plane. After arriving in the city, we booked our ferry tickets to Siau. There are two different ferries, the fast ferry which takes between 4 and 5 hours, and the overnight ferry which can take up to 10 hours. After 10 hours, we finally arrived. The homestay we booked is very basic and affordable, and the owners are very welcoming. We noticed that some of the villagers were drying spices on the walkways. Later we learned that they produce a lot of high-quality cloves and nutmeg on this island. It was finally time to explore, so we rented one of the scooters and started driving. After a while of driving, we stopped because we found a beach on Google Maps which looked very promising. There was no one there besides us, and we had the whole beach to ourselves. I found so many seashells and hermit crabs. But since we had to get up very early the next day, it was already time for us to drive back to the homestay. The reason we got up so early is because we wanted to hike up Siau's volcano, Karangatang. First we had to walk through the jungle, which was still shrouded in darkness and therefore kinda spooky. After a good while, the sun began to rise, and the terrain became more challenging and dangerous. We were very glad to have an experienced tour guide with us, who helped us to find the path up the mountain, traversing the sharp and loose lava rocks. Then we finally reached our first viewpoint. After enjoying the view, we went back down, over the loose lava rocks, and through the jungle, now illuminated by the morning sun. And we drove to our next destination. When we got off the truck to walk to the next viewpoint, we once again realized how beautiful Siau's landscape is. As we walked further and further, Dominic, our tour guide, taught us some interesting facts and legends about Karangatang. He once lived in a village that got destroyed by an eruption of the volcano.
And he was the bridge?
Yeah, it's very deep, but now full.
Yeah.
The river was very deep. But now
It was a river before?
yeah, a river, but deep, yeah.
Yeah.
But now, and not so big like this, but it's more deep.
Yeah.
The people of Siau learned to live with the volcano. It can be very destructive, but it also provides a lot of nutritious soil for the plants, which thrive in this environment. They respect the volcano and still partially worship it, even though most of them are Christians now. For our next day, we scheduled a trip to Masare and Mahoro, the two neighboring islands of Siau. We were very excited for this trip and couldn't wait to see the islands. But first we stopped by at one of the shallow coral reefs for a quick snorkel session. After a while, we reached the first island, Masare. From here you can also see Karangetang, the volcano. The island is absolutely incredible, even more beautiful than we imagined it. Dominic showed us a special bird species that lives on Masare. They are called Maleo birds, and they are endemic to the region of Sulawesi. They are very shy. It's not easy to get them on camera. We left Masare to move on to Mahoro. Mahoro is just as beautiful as Masare, but even more impressive and majestic. And the view of the volcano is incredible from here. Then suddenly I saw something moving in the water. A dorsal fin with a small black tip. And there it was, a black tip reef shark. Needless to say, this trip was a great success. It was one of those days that we would probably remember dearly, forever. But it was time to go back to Siau, because we had one last little adventure waiting for us. In the early evening, the next day, we started our last expedition. Equipped with walkie-talkies, we made our way to the jungle, with the goal of finding one of the smallest primates on Earth, the Tarsier tumpara, which is a species of tarsier that is endemic to Siau and the north of Sulawesi. As we were searching the tarsiers, we met some of the clove and nutmeg farmers. The people of Siau also protect their endangered animal species, which includes the tarsiers. It's important to treat them with respect. Don't chase, scare, or feed them, and catching or hurting them is of course strictly forbidden. It's not easy to find the tarsiers, but luckily Dominic and his team are specialists. They split up and communicate through the walkie-talkies when they hear the tarsiers nearby. As the sun started to go down, we finally spotted something next to the trail.
There's something like fell down. Yeah, jumped.
So tiny. Size of fist. Very long legs.
What do you want from me?
Eventually it was time for the Tarsier to go hunting, and for us it was time to drive home. The next morning, we had to catch our ferry back to Manado to continue our journey through Indonesia. In the end, we spent around €238 per person for 4 days packed with excitement and adventures. The people of Siau welcomed us with great hospitality, and they really care a lot for their beautiful island. It's a real tropical paradise, and we had an amazing time here. Please let us know in the comments if you would also visit this incredible place. And if you want to support us, just leave a like or subscribe.